If you're the sort of player that prepares late for your shots, maybe you're waiting until the ball crosses over the net before you start your preparation, or maybe it's even bouncing on your side of the court, that's something that you have to fix as a priority if you want to improve your game, because being prepared and set up in time is a foundation for hitting good quality tennis shots. So in this video, I'm going to lay out a 3-step process that you're going to need to go through to improve the speed of your preparation. I hope you enjoyed the video and find it helpful. If you do, it'd be great if you give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel before, really appreciate it if you could do that as well. In tennis, we don't have much time to prepare for our shots, which means we need to do everything that we can to save time. And for that reason, the first thing that you need to work on is your footwork. Tennis footwork is very unusual and it's very difficult for a lot of people. A lot of players wrongly assume that if they just start practicing and playing tennis, they'll start to develop the footwork. But that isn't the way it goes because it's such difficult movement. You need to be very deliberate and intentional about your footwork practice. And that means spending a little bit of time off the court, practicing and working on specific patterns, developing them into habits, and then once you've done that, it'll work on the court when the ball's coming. And you basically have to do enough repetitions of each footwork pattern so that your brain doesn't have to think about it anymore. It's automatic. And that means that it's going to save a massive amount of time. The ball will arrive and you'll just use the appropriate footwork, and that will really help to speed up your preparation. So obviously when we're talking about footwork, we're going to be starting with a split step. You need to be landing your split step just after your opponent makes contact, so then you can react and use the elastic in your muscles. The technique of the split step is going to be important, so we're always trying to land with a nice wide stable base, landing on the balls of our feet so that we can be springy and move in any direction. We're also lowering our center of gravity, again, so we can react and move in different directions. The next piece is going to be some type of pivot step. So we've got different pivot steps depending on the type of shot that we're going to be hitting. And then we've got different types of movement to the ball. So when the ball's further away, we're going to be doing different variations of crossover steps. When the ball's a little bit closer, we're going to be doing shuffle steps. We need adjustment steps in and around the ball, but you need to practice them individually, then practice them together. And like I said, work on them until you've automated the process. And by doing that, it's going to save you a massive amount of time on your shots. And that's going to help you to prepare much more quickly. To help you with that, instead of going through every individual footwork pattern here, I've created a free program to show you how to do it in a step-by-step format. To get the free footwork program, I'll place a link up there and I'll place a link down in the description so that you can start to go through it. The second thing that you need to do to save time is something that you probably haven't thought about or heard of before. But the number one reason that players prepare late on their shots is because they can't read where the ball is going quickly enough. And if you're not reading where the ball is going until it's crossing over the net, it doesn't matter how much you practice your footwork, it doesn't matter how fast your feet are, you're never going to be able to pair in time on all of your shots. So what that means is, in order to fix this problem, you need to do some work to improve how your visual system is functioning. Now, some of it is on court, really focusing and paying attention, but a lot of the time that isn't enough. You need to actually work on the underlying visual skills, because most players have rather large deficits in a number of the key visual skills that you need to play tennis at higher levels. To help you with that side of things, I've created a free vision program. So to get hold of the free vision program, you can click a link that's up there or a link down in the description. It'll take you over to a page, enter your details, and I'll send you this free program. It's going to show you a series of vision training drills that you can start to work on to help with your ability to read where the ball is going. The third thing that you need to do to fix late preparation is you need to focus on it within your practice. Now this sounds obvious, but it's something that most players don't do, and it's actually more challenging than you think because there's so many different parts to a tennis stroke. There's potentially a number of different things going wrong with your stroke, so it's easy to get distracted by things like, shaping your swing in a certain way, getting extension through your shot, watching the ball through contact, which is obviously very important. But what you need to understand is that tennis is a sequence of events. Preparation comes first, swinging and making contact with the ball comes after. The big reason that most players don't have efficient swings and don't make good contact is because of the preparation. So you have to fix that part first, otherwise you're just going to be left spinning your wheels, not really getting anywhere, which is what happens to most players. So you have to focus on your preparation during your practice sessions, and that can take a little bit of time. Potentially it might take you 3 months just to be able to do a split step automatically. So you're habituated to do something at the moment. We need to change that with you watching your opponent focusing on landing your split step just after they've made contact, and you might just need to think about that for the next 3 months. Forget everything else in your stroke and just focus on that one thing. And then once you've fixed that problem, then we can work on the rest, finalizing the unit turn and the movement to the ball, and then really thinking about your spacing and your distancing from the ball, and then we can think about the swing and the other things that come later. But you have to approach it systematically. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and preparation is always the first thing that needs to address. But then you've also got to remember, we need to work on the footwork and we need to work on the visual system, because they're what underpins our ability to then use it on court. But that's really the 3-step process that you need to go through to fix late preparation. And for most people, spending the next year just working on these things and preparation is the best thing that they can do to improve their tennis. Hopefully you have found this video helpful. A reminder about those resources, the links are going to be down in the description so that you can grab hold of them. If you've got any comments about today, I would love to hear them. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time.